everybody, I'm Gregg Coleman and today is Monday, January the 25th. And we're going to talk about the weather a little bit and then one or two other things. First on the weather, Brandon and I were just talking about, we're inside the building, in the middle of the building, and you can hear the wind blowing outside. Now it is a windy day. Boy, wasn't it interesting yesterday with all the rain and wind and storms coming through. You know, it's a lot like a spring type system. And that's kind of what we had done with the pattern. We had gotten into, you know, the cold. We had talked a long time ago about, here's the United States, the blocking pattern that we had in Greenland that was forcing the cold air down. That changed and moved on. We got a more zonal flow, and really some out of the Gulf of Mexico. So we got a warmer pattern for about a week or week and a half. And it really, you know, it's very dramatic what went on yesterday, and that really is the beginning of the change of the pattern again. Going back to colder weather, I think, for, well, you know, who knows, but it seems like February could be a fairly cold month. So that being said, let me tell you what's going to be going on this week. Front came through, very windy today. Tomorrow, Wednesday, probably even into Thursday should be very nice days. About average temperatures, highs probably around 50 or so, lows probably around 30. Okay? Then it gets interesting. We're even going to use color today for this. We've talked before about these high pressure systems, and we'll just draw a big H up here. We'll draw, well, if this works okay, but the big H, high pressure, and I drew it in blue because typically you get this air coming down from the high out of Canada. That's cold air coming in. So what's going to happen this week, there's a storm or a low pressure system coming into California, probably Southern California, and that's going to take place probably today or tomorrow. That'll be happening, and then the low will drop down, probably come across into Texas like this, and there'll be there's going to be snow, I think, in the West Texas. I don't even have my black, we're using blue. There'll be snow over in here, and the question is going to be really, I think, when we get into Thursday into Friday and Saturday, this high may split, but it's going to come across. Uh-oh, wrong color. Excuse me. Let's get to the blue. We use red and blue. The high is going to come across. If it builds, when it builds into the eastern part of the United States, we've talked about it before, we get that wedge of cold air coming down the Appalachians. So the question is going to be, how quickly does that build down and build into our area, and how far south does it get before this low pressure comes along? And the low will be coming along, basically that's going to be an Arctic front coming down. The low will transition across right about where that Arctic boundary sets up. So here's what happens, you know, if it's, and there's debate still on the computer models about how quickly this comes across, but it's looking like maybe now, you know, the initial call would be for some showers probably Thursday night into Friday, and then possibly Friday night a transition into maybe freezing rain, sleet, and ending as snow. Now that's a chance. Obviously down here the high doesn't build in quick enough. The front sets up a little farther north. The low goes a little farther north. If it does, then it'll be rain, probably a cold rain. However, you know, some of the later models are even showing the low slowing down a little bit, the high building in a little faster. If that's the case, the low could move south of us, which is beginning to look like that might be the case, and then reform a low right here off the coast of South Carolina. If that is the case, then I think we have to look out for some wintry weather. So here's the heads up. I mean, it's only Monday. We'll see how it comes about. We might do an update if it looks like we should. I hadn't done one really this year. I'm excited about the bread milk update. We'll see. But think about Friday night into Saturday. Could be kind of interesting, so watch out for that. We've got a lot going on here this week. Brandon and I talked about internet leads. We're getting a whole bunch of leads. People are interested in cars, well, cars and trucks. And we have a great inventory. We got some stuff going on this week. We're going to be putting out balloons, doing a lot of highlighting things. Great specials going on, so it's going to be a great week to check us out. So check out GeorgeColemanFord.com. Give us a call. Give us an internet lead. Let Brandon know what you're interested in. Come in and see us, and we will look forward to seeing you. And If the weather gets a little more interesting, we'll do an update this week. Have a great week, everybody.